Hi here, Evan here with Market Strategies, coming to you live on Monday, May 8th, 2017, for what's become my usually daily lunchtime special now. Has anyone truly noticed, as soon as the capital runs at Home Capital Group, and Equitable Group happened, the Toronto real estate market really started slowing down? Because if you look at the stats, that's what's really happened here. I mean, and one thing we have seen, new listings have especially been going up the last couple of months. And even the year-over-year compares now are starting to actually look really negative. I mean, for example, I have it written here, just my notes here that I keep on the side. So here, notes, it's all they are. I will put a link to this, to the MLS report for the month of April for Toronto in the description down below, by the way. Sales down 3% year over year. Active listings, basically meaning what's currently available in the market right now, so to speak. They're up 3% year over year. And we've been seeing big spikes the last couple of months in new listings. Why is that? You think people are just stupid and see what's really going on here? And the fact that, I mean, obviously you have Home Capital having being involved in the bank runs the last couple of months, and them requesting all this new liquidity that apparently they don't need because it's only a certain amount of the because we're safe, we're adequately capitalized. You know all the bull crap we heard during the subprime crisis from all the banks, right? They come on TV, we're adequately capitalized, another $8 billion in capital. What's happening here, folks? They're coming out and saying, no, nothing to see. We only need this as a safety net. And then tap it a week later. Like, God, you guys think we're a bunch of flipping morons here? Like, come on, man. Jesus. And then now you can come to me and say, but Vancouver's picking up. Vancouver, going up again. False flag, people. As you know, a few months ago, Christy Clark and the BC Premier and the rest of our government put through a subprime mortgage, 5% down payment loan, basically meaning that they'll give you a 5% of the value of your house, up to $37,500, which is supposed to help with your down payment. Now, as we all know, that is a second mortgage, and it is just more subprime debt being put on the market. And since that loan's capped at they cap the value of your house for this at $750,000. So if you take 5% of that, it's $37,500 is the maximum loan, because it's 5% of the value of the house. So they cap the value of the home they account for at $750, so $37,500 is the maximum mortgage they can give you on that. But even then, we all know about the 15% foreign buyer's tax, and it scared a lot of people, understandably, and hence there hasn't been as many listings lately, right? But what's the one thing in there that's not included? Pre-sale condos. I mean, like I said, go follow Steve Saretsky's YouTube channel. He had a great video on this about a week ago where he interviewed the NDP housing critic. No, I'm not NDP. I mean, I'll say that. I'm not getting too political, of course. But he did mention a great point here. The number one condo developer in BC helped the Liberal government making the deal. If all he was doing is going to the Chinese to sell his condos, of course he's not going to put the pre-sale condos in the foreign buyer's tax. Like, come on. What, he's going to lobby to help out the government? No, he's lobbying for himself. That's the definition of crony capitalism. Right there. That's crony capitalism, people. That's all it is. I mean, I know I did it on Toronto. I throw that in there to kind of help with the argument in that everyone's saying, Vancouver's going up again. Everyone's digested the foreign buyer's tax. If you look at what's really happened in the market, though, it really is a false flag. And even then, they didn't include pre-sale condos. Condo prices are still selling record highs, even with the foreign buyer's tax. Because what happens is, the pre-sale units are selling for such a high amount, right? It's giving the optical illusion to the end consumer that they're actually worth more than they actually are. So not only is it driving up new condo prices, but then drives up the cost of the existing stock that's already there because there isn't enough inventory in the system. And that's happening here. Now again, end of this year, beginning of next year, there's going to be a lot more supply coming online. So I think that will resolve itself over time. But I thought I'd throw it out there, and just as a hypothetical, and state, oh, you can't mention Toronto without mentioning Vancouver. I think with what's happened there with the foreign buyers tax and how it was poorly implemented and poorly passed and everything else, it's a false flag is what I'm saying. Now back to Toronto. We know that market slowed the last couple of months, and then the runs, of course, on Home Capital and the Equitable Group. To me, I don't think it's no coincidence. I think the market slowed because there's a lot of subprime debt around all the houses. I mean, I do live in Toronto. I have stated that in previous videos. But what's happened here? A lot of these houses that were bought on debt from subprime mortgages. The Equitable Groups, the Home Capitals, etc. Now, a lot of them, of course, are being insured by Genworth, which is why in a previous video I put out about the Canadian mortgage market being in serious trouble. I didn't mention Genworth in there because they did insure a lot of these mortgages. So what does this all mean? I mentioned in the previous video that Toromount was Toromount Industries, stock symbol TIH, I believe it is, in Toronto, was to be looked at as a possible short. Based on what I've seen around here, and the fact that we know that 48% of GDP in Ontario is real estate, I think you can initiate a short position here now. Now, how would I do it? I wouldn't, of course, do it all at once. I would do it in a period of 3 stages because, like I said, it's going to take time. Like I said in the previous video, it's going to take time for this whole trade to develop, right? Do it in stages of 3. Put on a third of a position now. If the market moves up about in the 5 to 8% range, second third, 5 to 8%, third mortgage. The other third of your short position, sorry. So a third, up 5 to 8%, another third, up 5 to 8%, your last third. That's how I would go ahead and trade it. Because from what I'm seeing around here, and the fact that we've had new listings come on lately, and the fact that they're not moving as fast as they really need to be in order to keep this market where it is, I think the Toronto market's in serious trouble. From what I see on the ground, I really do believe this. A lot of these houses are bought on the kind of debt that Home Capital and Equitable Group produce. And if the liquidity there dries up, I'm not sure where they're going to find the money. I mean, where are they going to find it? In their socks? Under their beds? Where are they going to find it? So I'll leave it on that point there. And I'm starting to ramble on about Vancouver there, but everyone's saying, oh, Vancouver's going to pick up whatever Toronto left off. I think it's a false flag. But like I said, give that 6 months to about a year. Everything is stated there with the 5% down payment loan. See, here's the problem with Vancouver as well. If they don't expand the foreign buyers tax into the pre-sale condos, it's going to keep driving up the cost of condos. But since that mortgage is capped at $37,500, which is the money you receive from it, it's going to mean less and less over time, which means in 6 months to maybe even a year's time at the most, they'll be right back to where Toronto is, right? Because we know a lot of the homes that are being bought out there are the same kind of debt that's being bought with in Toronto. Oh, amongst the domestic buyers. I mean, obviously there's the Chinese component in Vancouver, and I can go on for about 2 hours, but I won't bore you guys and won't. But for the domestic buyer that's there, the capital just isn't there to buy those homes. So 6 months to about a year, right where Toronto is, and then we truly find out how much trouble the mortgage market's really in. So like I said, just in closing, with Toronto slowing down, short Toromount, and the way Vancouver's slowing down, and how both markets are going to spread around the country, stay short the top 5 names I mentioned in a previous video of these, It was Equitable, Genworth, Fairfax, CIBC, and Bank of Montreal. The stocks I mentioned. Stay short those names. And it's really all I gotta say for this video. If you like what you heard, upvote the video on VidMe or like the video on YouTube. And always leave a comment down below. Actually, I love the comments on here, by the way. You guys are very informed. I mean, keep this up, guys. This is really good. Guys and gals, this is really good. I mean, you guys do sound like you're really informed on this. And you guys, your comments even help me a little bit too. So please, keep leaving them. And if you didn't like what you heard, like I said, it's a free form. Leave a comment down below also. Follow my channel on VidMe or subscribe to my channel on YouTube for more reports like this one. And again, before acting on any advice I give in these videos, please consult your financial advisor. Have a wonderful day, everybody.